We've all seen AI, personalizing our feeds, suggesting what we should buy next, sometimes even composes music. But what happens when AI starts to, well, fundamentally design the very structure and experience of our digital world? We're talking about websites that don't just sit there, but actually evolve. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, our mission, if you will, is to journey into the very near future, let's say September 15th, 2025. Our sources are marking that date as really just the beginning of a revolutionary era, an era where AI isn't just a tool anymore, it's becoming the master architect of future-proof websites. Think of it like we're getting a sneak peek into the digital blueprint for tomorrow's online experiences.
And it's a blueprint that's being, well, sketched out incredibly fast. It's quite something. What's truly compelling, I think, is seeing how AI's role in web design is shifting so dramatically. We're moving, and rapidly, from its current reality, where AI tools mostly assist designers,
Yeah.
through a near future that's going to be defined by highly intelligent automation.
Mhm.
And then further out, looking towards a future where we might actually see self-designing, self-optimizing digital ecosystems.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so this isn't just about making things faster or more efficient anymore. It's really about a complete redefinition of design itself. AI has definitely transcended that buzzword status. It's actively shaping our digital landscape right now, in code, in algorithms, and in these intelligent design systems that are going to define how you interact online for years to come.
That's a powerful thought, and frankly, a little mind-bending AI writing our digital future. But I think for many people, creative AI still kind of sounds like an oxymoron, doesn't it? So let's try and unpack this a bit. What's the fundamental difference between what AI is doing now compared to, say, 5 years ago? What makes it a genuinely creative design partner rather than just a sophisticated tool? How is it really moving beyond just doing tasks?
Right, and that's a crucial distinction to make. 5 years ago, yeah, we saw AI primarily as a helper. It was automating repetitive tasks, maybe analyzing some data. But now we're witnessing what some are calling intelligent evolution.
Mm.
These systems aren't just following a rigid set of instructions anymore. They're actually learning to understand quite nuanced concepts.
Mm.
Things like context, emotional tone, even abstract ideas like brand essence.
Mm. Brand essence.
Exactly. They're engaging in what feels like genuine ideation. Take generative AI, for example, which is really driving a lot of these advancements. It can take a high-level creative brief, just a few sentences maybe, and synthesize entirely new visual concepts or layout structures. It's almost like asking a junior designer to brainstorm, but, at warp speed and with access to an exponentially larger reference library.
Right.
And the AI can actually surprise you. It can come up with unexpected yet coherent ideas, pushing boundaries that, well, we once thought were exclusively human territory.
So it's not just tweaking things, it's actually generating completely new stuff. And like you said, we're not just talking theory here. These present day pioneers are already out there, right? Tools like Midjourney, Figma AI, GPT-4 Vision, they aren't just aiding designers anymore. They're actively generating quite sophisticated design concepts, sometimes from scratch.
That's right.
These aren't just simple automation tools. They leverage really sophisticated generative AI models. Midjourney, for instance, focuses on generating images from text prompts. Figma AI integrates right into design workflows for layouts, components, and GPT-4 Vision can look at existing visuals and, generate design code or suggest improvements.
Precisely. They can interpret visual information in really complex ways now.
They really are like the steam engines of tomorrow's design revolution, showing us what's possible right now.
And this naturally leads us to a pretty significant workflow transformation for designers themselves. It has to. Their role is evolving dramatically. They're shifting, you could say, from being pixel pushers, focused on the manual execution, to becoming more like AI orchestrators.
AI orchestrators, I like that.
Yeah, and mastering prompt engineering, for example. It isn't just about learning syntax. It's about translating abstract creative visions into actionable directives for the AI. This means really understanding not just what the AI can do, but also how to maybe challenge its biases, how to refine its outputs effectively. You can even leverage its mistakes sometimes to spark entirely new design directions.
Interesting. Using the mistakes.
Absolutely. So designers become less like individual artists applying brushstrokes, maybe, and more like symphony conductors leading an orchestra of digital possibility. And for you, the listener, even if you're not a designer, this shift is important. It means the digital experiences you encounter are likely to feel more refined, more fluid, more intuitive, because they're the product of this really powerful human-AI collaboration happening behind the scenes.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how the human element shifts from that direct execution to more of a strategic direction. And the goal of all this intelligent design, it isn't just about making things look good. It's about crafting experiences that intuitively respond to us, to our needs. Which brings us neatly to what some are calling predictive personalization. That really feels like the new frontier for user experience or UX. Imagine this anticipatory intelligence where AI predicts what you need maybe milliseconds before you even consciously think it, creating these hyper-personalized experiences that feel almost, well, telepathic.
Almost, yeah.
It's not just suggesting something you might like, it's presenting it to you exactly how and when you seem to need it.
It definitely sounds almost magical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it immediately brings up a really crucial aspect: ethical boundaries.
Right. Always.
Because with great predictive power comes, well, significant responsibility.
Yeah.
We had to talk about that. We need to be developing privacy-first AI systems.
Yeah.
Systems that carefully balance that deep personalization with absolute user autonomy.
So how do you actually do that?
Well, there are techniques. Things like implementing federated learning, maybe, where AI models learn from data on your device instead of sending all your raw data to some central server. Or employing differential privacy techniques, which add sort of statistical noise to data to prevent individuals from being identified. The overall goal is to create transparent algorithmic relationships, where users like you not only understand how their data is being used to enhance their experience, but crucially, also have granular control over it.
Okay. Control is key.
Exactly. So you don't feel like your privacy is being invaded, or worse, that your choices are being manipulated. It's really about building trust in these deeply integrated systems.
And the interesting thing is, you're probably already experiencing living examples of this every single day, maybe without fully realizing just how profoundly adaptive they're becoming. Think about Netflix's AI. It doesn't just suggest your next show to binge watch.
No, it goes further.
Right. It curates the thumbnail image for a show specifically to appeal to your viewing history. That's pretty specific. Or Spotify's Discover Weekly playlist that just seems to get your taste in music with almost uncanny accuracy.
Yeah, Discover Weekly is a great example.
Or even Amazon's predictive shopping algorithms, somehow knowing what you might want before you even type it in the search bar. These are maybe early glimpses, relatively simplistic still, but they point towards truly adaptive digital experiences. And for you, listening, what stands out when you think about your own experiences with these? Does it feel helpful? Or, I don't know, sometimes a little too close for comfort?
Those examples really do highlight that we're moving towards this world where our digital environments are uniquely tailored to us. It's happening. But the next step, well, it goes beyond even that.
Exactly. It's not just about tailoring the content, but tailoring the entire structure. And this, I think, is where it gets truly revolutionary. Adaptive architecture websites that literally evolve. We're moving beyond static pages, beyond even simple responsive design that just fits different screens. We're talking about the idea of tomorrow's websites behaving almost like living organisms, constantly reshaping themselves based on real-time data and user interaction.
Indeed. And that dynamism, it's driven by what we call continuous learning. We're talking about self-optimizing systems. They often employ techniques like reinforcement learning. So they're constantly analyzing these vast streams of user behavior data, A/B test results, how far people scroll, click patterns, conversion rates, everything. And then they automatically refine layouts, content hierarchy, interaction flows, maybe even the microcopy, all without necessarily requiring constant human intervention. If you think about the bigger picture, it means websites will perpetually improve themselves based on how people are actually using them in real time. Like maybe a gardener continually pruning and nurturing a plant for optimal growth.
That's a great analogy.
Imagine a site that literally gets smarter, more effective, and more engaging with every single visitor.
And it's not just about how you interact on a screen, right? It's also what you're interacting on. This adaptive architecture also includes what's being called device ecosystem response.
Yeah.
So we're talking about fluid architectures designed to seamlessly adapt to totally new kinds of devices as they emerge.
Right, things we haven't even maybe fully conceptualized yet.
Exactly, like augmented reality glasses that overlay digital info onto the real world, or even, more speculative stuff like developing neural interfaces that could respond directly to thought patterns.
It sounds like science fiction, but the foundations are being laid.
The goal seems to be that your digital experience flows perfectly, not just across your phone and desktop today, but across any new technology that comes along, even ones that haven't been invented yet. It ensures your website experience stays consistent and optimal no matter the interface.
Which raises the practical question: how is all this actually being built? Well, Emerging frameworks like Framer AI, Webflow's AI capabilities, and various new no-code platforms.
Hmm.
They're already laying the infrastructure for this adaptive future. These tools integrate AI directly into their design and development processes. They allow users to generate complex layouts, create smart components that adapt, or even manage content more intelligently using just natural language prompts.
So less coding, more directing.
In many cases, yes, or at least different kinds of coding and interaction. And this ultimately means your digital interactions will feel smoother, more intuitive across all your devices, current and future ones, regardless of their shape or form factor. Because the underlying tech is being designed for this kind of fluid, anticipatory adaptation.
Okay, so beyond the visual stuff, the interactive layers, AI is also working tirelessly, sort of, behind the curtain, in the digital infrastructure,
Hmm.
like the hidden gears of a clock or the unseen networks under a city. It's the invisible architect, maybe, of a website's performance and its security. So how does AI keep our experiences not just looking good, but also safe and incredibly fast? Because, let's face it, a great design doesn't mean much if the site is slow or gets hacked.
That's absolutely critical. Performance and security are foundational, and this largely comes down to proactive defense systems. AI operates pretty invisibly here. It's predicting and preventing cyber threats before they can even materialize. Think about how AI tackles things like polymorphic attacks, where malware constantly changes its signature to evade detection.
Right, those are tricky.
Very. A traditional firewall really struggles with that. But an AI-driven defense system, it can identify malicious behavior patterns even as the specific threat morphs and changes. It learns and adapts its countermeasures in milliseconds. It's closer to a true zero-day defense than we've ever had before, something humans alone just couldn't achieve at that scale, constantly learning from new attack vectors, strengthening that digital perimeter.
And on the speed side, the performance front.
There we have intelligent optimization. This is where AI anticipates traffic spikes, like, say, during a big sale or a major news event, and it automatically scales the resources needed. Servers, bandwidth, whatever it is, ensuring content gets delivered at light speed across global networks, no matter where you are accessing it from.
So hopefully, no more slow loading pages on Black Friday.
That's the goal. AI is constantly working behind the scenes using predictive algorithms. It allocates server capacity, optimizes how images are delivered, manages content caching in real time, all to ensure a seamless experience for potentially millions of users simultaneously. And then, for the people actually managing these digital platforms, there's predictive analytics. This provides profoundly deep insights into the website's health, into user engagement patterns, potential vulnerabilities, and crucially, it spots these things before they impact performance or security.
Before things go wrong.
Exactly. AI can spot tiny anomalies that might signal an impending server outage, or maybe a subtle security breach, long before a human team likely ever could. And that translates directly into more reliable and faster experiences for you, the end user. Because issues get identified and addressed proactively, often before you'd even notice anything was amiss. It just means fewer frustrating downtimes and a consistently smooth digital journey.
Okay, so AI is handling security, performance, personalization, even aspects of the core design. So if AI is doing all of this heavy lifting, what does it mean for us? For humans, the core message that seems to be coming through from our sources reinforces that this future isn't really about replacement. It's more about evolution. It's about discovering an entirely new way to create things. So what does this all mean for us as creators, as consumers of these digital experiences? What's our place in this rapidly evolving landscape?
Well, I think what's truly enduring here is the human essence. That's not going away. Things like creativity, empathy, authentic brand storytelling, these remain uniquely human qualities. AI, in this emerging partnership, doesn't really replace these qualities. It seems poised to amplify them.
Amplify. Okay, how so?
Think of AI as a massively powerful extension of the human mind, perhaps. It allows designers to explore far more ideas than they could manually, iterate much faster, prototype instantly. This frees them up to focus on the higher-level strategic thinking, the emotional connection, the nuances of design, ensuring that even with all this advanced automation, the digital experiences we encounter still retain that essential, authentic human touch, hopefully.
So it really becomes about forming a strategic partnership with the AI. Success in the future requires mastering this AI collaboration. And that sounds like more than just knowing when to lead or when to follow the AI's suggestions.
It is. It's about learning how to use AI effectively as, say, a brainstorming partner, or as a rapid prototyping engine, maybe even using it as a kind of devil's advocate to challenge your own ingrained design biases.
That's interesting. Challenge your biases.
Yeah. It means understanding how to critically evaluate the AI's output, how to skillfully guide its generative capabilities, and knowing when to intervene creatively, when to say, okay, AI, that's interesting, but let's push it this way instead. It's about achieving the optimal results together. It's about wielding this incredibly powerful new tool with real intention and skill, not just being passively replaced by it, but actually being elevated by it.
Being elevated by.
Precisely. The future, I believe, belongs to those who truly harness this partnership effectively. It's about achieving what you might call ultimate synergy, taking human intuition, strategic oversight, ethical considerations, and guiding AI's almost infinite computational and generative possibilities, using that combination to create truly innovative, effective, and ultimately maybe even timeless digital experiences. This connection between our innate human capabilities and AI's computational power, that's what's going to unlock unprecedented levels of creativity and innovation in the digital realm.
And just like that, our journey into tomorrow comes to a close, for now. We've seen, or at least glimpsed, how AI isn't just automating tasks anymore, it's intelligently evolving web design. Through predictive personalization, adaptive architecture, proactive performance, robust security, it's touching everything. It's a truly exciting and maybe slightly daunting, but definitely dynamic time to be creating and interacting with the digital world. The landscape is shifting dramatically right under our very fingertips.
Absolutely. And as we conclude this deep dive, maybe here's a provocative thought for you to consider. In a world where AI is constantly accelerating change and adaptation, where websites can literally learn and reshape themselves in real time, what does timeless truly mean anymore for a digital experience? Is that even the right goal? And perhaps more personally, how will you participate in shaping these constantly evolving digital environments, whether you're a creator, a user, or simply an informed participant navigating this new world?
Powerful questions indeed. Definitely something for us all to ponder as we navigate this new era. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the AI-driven future of web design. We hope you feel a little more well-informed and maybe a lot more excited about what's coming next. Until next time.